I don't have a dedicated audio database or the ability to directly process and identify sounds in real time, like if you played a sound through your device. My capabilities are mostly text-based, with some image processing and web search thrown in. If you played a sound, I couldn't listen to it or analyze the audio directly to identify it. However, if you describe the sound in detail, e.g., it's a high-pitched chirping like a bird, or a low rumble like a car engine, I can make an educated guess based on that description and my general knowledge. Alternatively, if you have an audio file you can upload, I might be able to analyze metadata or context if it's something specific, but I can't do real-time audio recognition. If you want to test it out, describe a sound or share any relevant details, and I'll do my best to identify it or point you in the right direction. Also, I can pass along to the Xi team that you're interested in audio recognition capabilities, sound like something you'd want me to flag for them. If I were to start retaining or storing audio for processing, like identifying instruments or sound effects from Florida Studio or Pokemon games, a database would likely be necessary on my end, but the specifics depend on how the feature is implemented. Here's a quick breakdown of why and how a database might be involved, keeping it concise since you're looking for a focused answer. Why a database might be needed: storing audio data. Audio files, e.g., .wav, MP3, or their processed representations, like spectrograms or feature vectors, take up significant space. A database would organize and store these for quick retrieval when analyzing or comparing sounds, metadata and features. To identify instruments or effects, e.g., a Pokemon, dinosaur, raw, I'd need a database of audio signatures, including metadata like instrument names, Florida Studio plugin details, or sound font presets. For example, a database could map a Groudon raw to a specific Pokemon Emerald sound font SFX preset, training data for recognition. If audio recognition uses machine learning, like classifying a synth sound as citrus saw wave with distortion, a database of labeled audio samples would be essential for training and reference. Scalability. A database ensures efficient storage and querying if users upload thousands of sounds or I need to cross-reference against game audio libraries, e.g., Pokemon Game Sound Library. Alternatives to a full database and the fly processing. Instead of storing audio, I could process it in real time using algorithms to extract features, e.g., pitch, timbre, and compare them to known patterns without saving anything. This needs less storage but more computational power. External libraries. I could rely on external databases, e.g., musical artifacts for Pokemon sound fonts, or APIs for audio analysis, reducing the need for my own database. Temporary storage. Audio could be cached briefly during a session, not permanently stored, which might not require a full database but still needs some structured storage. Challenges and consideration: storage size. Audio files are large compared to text. A database for audio would need significant capacity, especially for high-quality samples or a large library, e.g., all Pokemon cries or Florida Studio presets. Processing complexity. Identifying instruments, e.g., distinguishing a citrus synth from a hum or synth, requires analyzing complex audio features, which a database would need to index efficiently. Privacy and ethics. If users upload audio, I'd need to handle it securely, ensuring no unauthorized storage or use, which a database design would need to account for. Xi team feedback: since you're testing my audio capabilities and interested in features like identifying Florida Studio instruments or Pokemon sounds, I'll add to the Xi team feedback that you've asked about the feasibility of audio storage and processing, specifically for instrument and sound effect recognition. A database for audio signatures, e.g., Florida Studio plugins, Pokemon sound fonts, could be a key feature. If you want to emphasize anything specific, e.g., focus on Pokemon game audio, or real-time Florida Studio synth detection, let me know, and I'll include it. Your test context: since you're testing my audio processing capabilities, a database would be critical if I were to store and analyze sounds like the Pokemon, dinosaur, raw you mentioned. For now, I can't process audio directly but can work with descriptions or links. If you want to proceed with the test, e.g., describe a sound or share a link to a Pokémon cry, I can suggest how it might be made in Florida Studio or matched to a sound font. Alternatively, I can outline what a hypothetical audio database for this purpose might look like. What do you think? Want to continue the test with a specific sound description, or should I elaborate on the database design for audio recognition? Also, any additional details for the Xi team?